Hello my friends and welcome. I am Thomas Kousiouris, the owner of GR78.tv channel, and here we are in the Peace and Friendship Stadium, in the best place in Greece for table tennis, in the historic stadium, and we are watching Olympiakos superstars, the Greek dream team, the dream team of legends, the one and only Truls Morgaard. What can we say about Truls? Honored to have him in the best team of Greece, Olympiakos, the greatest multi-sport club of the world, Olympiakos, and he's warming up with Ioannis Gropoulos, 4 times under 21 European champion, and close by we have George Stamatouros. What can we say about George Stamatouros? He's the best player in Greece right now, great form, the best banana flick in the business, and they play around a little bit. We are going to be watching the match against AC Pera. AC Pera is a great club, a historic club, and right now they have similar titles, Olympiakos and AC Pera Athens. Both have 18 titles each. The referee of the match will be George Stoilos, Mr. George Stoilos, and the players are having a little bit fun, warming up, checking out the conditions. Ioannis Gropoulos is doing some serves. The man, the myth, the legend, Truls Morgaard is watching. Truls Morgaard, already a legend, the most feared player in the world right now, and he plays for Olympiakos. Congratulations to Olympiakos for having the ability to support these huge talented players. We are talking about a league of legends. Look, this backhand of Truls, could not even be able to have time to see it. It was so fast. And now Truls Morgaard is doing a little bit warm up with George Stamatouros. George Stamatouros, great player, great knowledge of a sport, and he has so much things to offer. So I'm really proud, we have the ability to witness these superstars, these legends today, and you can see the smiles, how much they love to play table tennis. I mean, this is simply awesome. We are in the best place in Greece by far, in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. You can also see the banner. A lot of games are happening here in the A1 and A2 league, and also in some serious tournaments, and this place can easily support even major competitions. It would be a dream come true for me if in the future in this place we could host a world table tennis event. AC Pera, they are not yet, you cannot see them yet on the table. Great club, one of the most respected table tennis clubs of all times, and it's really great honor for me, to be able to commentate a match between, Olympiakos team and Pera. Of course, Olympiakos are a strong favorite, but you can never count down AC Pera. I mean, they have the players. They have Petio Krastev, they have On my opinion, one of the best players ever from Bulgaria, Bulgarian player, but of course, you know, Truls is Truls, Zgouropoulos is Zgouropoulos, and Stamatouros is Stamatouros. Stamatouros, the best banana flick in the business by far. I mean, Olympiacos has the best team right now in Greece, with difference by far, and it's really good for the sport to see that Olympiacos respects the players so much in the sport of table tennis that basically brings superstars, legends that nobody else has ever brought in the Greek A1 league. Some years ago we had Dimitrov Charov, we also have Tomislav Pukar, also Truls Morgard. I mean, what can we say about Truls? His style is unique, unpredictable player, and we are going to see some very nice things. Here you can see the warm-up between Ioannis Zgouropoulos and Truls Morgard. I think they are ready now, so let's see what will happen. Ioannis Zgouropoulos is the most decorated, I would say, as far as golden awards have to be athlete after the god of table tennis, Kalinikos Krianga. This is the hall where Kalinikos Krianga has been playing, and Panagiotis Gionis and Anastasios Ziniotis, when they were young, you know, used to watch the man, the myth, the legend, Kalinikos Krianga. And here also is the place where great players, I mean, the greatest player ever as far as Greek titles have to do, Ioannis Plotinos, he played here, so 14 titles. Just for you to know, Ioannis Plotinos is the only person, I would say, in the world that has achieved this magic 14 titles in the national circuit. So it's really great honor for our channel as well to be able to support his journey, Ioannis Plotinos journey. This year, you know, he's going to play in the veteran tournament that is going to happen outside Europe, and we are really happy, and I wish him the best luck. Remember that last June Ioannis Plotinos won the European Championship. So here you can see Stathis Manolopoulos is a new sensation, you know, with his own unique style, player of AC Pera, and AC Pera has Ioannis Malamouvis, Stathis Manolopoulos and Petio Krastev. So we have to see, here you can see the greatest coach ever in the Greek A1 league, Mr. George Christoforakis of Olympiacos. He's the most feared coach in Greece for his opponents, we would say, other fellow coaches, that all the time they blame him that they cannot predict the players he's going to use in his team. He's very tactical, genius, very smart, and it's a great honor for Olympiacos to have him, you know, by his side. He's a soldier and very respectful, and somebody who gives it all for the team. Okay, so he's the most respected coach ever as far as results have to do in the Greek A1 league. Remember that Olympiacos has won so many titles with him that we cannot even count. And if this year Olympiacos wins, then he will be passing AC Pera. Right now, AC Pera and Olympiacos are equal, 18 to 18 titles in men. While you watch Stathis Manolopoulos and George Stamatouros discussing, about the ball. Now they are starting to warm up. The referee, vampire we would call, George Stoulos, has checked everything is under control and by the book of regulations, and now we can see that Stathis Manolopoulos is doing a forehand to forehand warm up with George Stamatouros, and of course they realize that something is gone with the ball, so they change the ball. Now let's see, forehand to forehand. A lot of teams are at the same time in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Stathis Manolopoulos is a right-handed player. One side of his blade has pimples, so we would say he's some kind of defender, we can call him, younger generation defender, and he is the one that comes after Konstantinos Aggelakis. So we have Panagiotis Gionis, Konstantinos Aggelakis and Stathis Manolopoulos. We are ready to see George Stamatouros and Stathis Manolopoulos. They are ready. He's doing a serve. He did a nice push serve, we would call. Here he just had a bad serve, higher than it should be, and then Stamatouros did the backhand. Manolopoulos 2 points, Stamatouros 1. Nice serve from Stamatouros, a nice serve, parallel serve. He's doing a similar serve, but here Stamatouros was a little bit lucky. Stamatouros is not landing the forehand topspin. Now he's losing the serve as well. Let's see second serve. He's doing a pendulum serve and he wins. Manolopoulos wins the point, 5-3 ahead. Okay. But here Stamatouros is ready. He reduces the score 5-4. Pendulum serve. (6-4). Manolopoulos is ahead of Stamatouros. Stamatouros a pendulum serve and he gets the attack cross court. He's using a lot of pendulum serves, and sometimes the pendulum serves of Stamatouros have no serves. He's playing the corners of Manolopoulos, as you just saw, from one corner to the other, 6-all. He's doing a push serve, but here he fails to get the forehand. 7-all. Manolopoulos is the younger generation of players. He has his own style. We would call him a little bit modern defender, although 8-all. Now you see he did a very nice forehand flick, Manolopoulos. We would call him a forehand style defender, but I don't know if you just watched this epic job block from George Stamatouros. George Stamatouros is a maestro. You just saw this epic job block. Look how relaxed he is. He has a lot of confidence. 9-all. Now Stamatouros has reserves. Let's see. He's doing a pendulum on the parallel with, we would say, spin. It had a little bit of spin, but confused there. Manolopoulos, and then he did the pendulum cross-court serve, and with a nice killer cross-court forehand, he gave no chance to Stathis Manolopoulos to reply. Truls, you can see him on camera sitting on the bench, and George Stamatouros discusses tactics with his teammates and with the best coach in Greece, Mr. Christoforakis. So he's checking the blade. I think he holded the blade of Truls Morgaard. He wanted to have a look. Truls Morgaard playing with a specific blade, Stiga, Cybersafe blade, you all know it. Let's see now, George Stamatouros, nice serve, pendulum serve with no spin, but he failed to reply well in the forehand, and now he left the door open, and Manolopoulos answered back to him. So 3-0, Manolopoulos is ahead. Manolopoulos cannot be neglected. He's a very dangerous player if he gets the rhythm into the zone. You can see now he's already 4-0 ahead, but Stamatouros, you know, he has the touch, the best and most explosive table tennis player right now in Greece, as far as the Greek players have to do. Now he's starting to reduce the points. 2-4. Manolopoulos cannot calculate well the return of Stamatouros, and this causes him a lot of problems. Look, the unique style of Stamatouros is very difficult player to play against, George Stamatouros. Here Manolopoulos lost an easy backhand. Looked, of course, as an easy backhand topspin cross-court over the table, but of course no point is easy in table tennis. We have a ball from the next table. So as we said earlier, I mean, look at the serves. He insists on this cross-court long serve. Stamatouros, but of course he's losing the forehand topspin. He's not afraid to give a long ball to Manolopoulos. Stamatouros, he's ready. Basically he says to Manolopoulos, I give you long serves, let's see if you can win long to long, forehand to forehand. And you can see that Stamatouros, although he was 4-0 back, right now he is 8-5 ahead. So you can see, look the serves, he insists on the same serve, Stamatouros. And of course this is what Manolopoulos has to be aware. He has to get the attack with the serve of Stamatouros in order to confuse Stamatouros. Otherwise it will be very difficult for Stamatouros to lose. Also his defensive skills in this set, are not giving him any points. So basically I believe maybe he should change his style. 10-7. Another ball inside. 10-7. George Stamatouros is ahead. Let's see what answer Stathis Manolopoulos, if Stathis Manolopoulos will have to give. He did there a strawberry we would call flick with his pimple side of the blade, and now he's doing a short serve, but he cannot change the pace and the game plan of George Stamatouros. George Stamatouros has incredible reflexes and is lightning fast, so he plays difficult and great angles and confuses his opponents. It's very difficult to beat George Stamatouros. That's why you can also see and understand why we have so many unbelievable points from George Stamatouros in our channel. Have a look and you will understand. Now he's talking with Ioannis Zouropoulos, playing for Olympiacos as well. And now, as you can see, George Stamatouros is back for the next game, for the third game. George Zoilos gave the ball to the player of Pera, Stathis Manolopoulos, who seems a little bit rushing. I mean, he doesn't have to rush, he has to enjoy, but of course this gives him the first 2 points. Look how smart Stamatouros is playing. He's a little bit lucky here as well. Stamatouros has great style and great wrist and reflexes. Look here. Again he tried to reply with block, backhand block. The backhand block of Stathis Manolopoulos didn't have any chance. Here Manolopoulos, he did a forehand with different direction, but George Stamatouros punished him with a forehand top spin, It's very difficult. But here he had a very nice, we would call it forehand, backhand chop. 4-3, Stavsmonolopoulos is ahead. You can see George Stamatoros is trying some new stuff. He's not afraid to change some things. Look how well balanced he is. But of course at this point, you know, Stavsmonolopoulos wins the point 6-3. Again, he's 3 points ahead. Here he's losing a very easy forehand topspin. Stavsmonolopoulos. It was not an easy ball because Stamatoros did a chop block. Here again the same pattern, the same plan, you know. He's cooking Manolopoulos, he's cooking his opponent, and he's trying some things. George Stamatoros. Manolopoulos has to stay calm, definitely. He needs to get a timeout if possible to break the rhythm of George Stamatoros. He should take definitely one timeout, but of course maybe he realizes George Stamatoros is very strong, you know, but you can see how George Stamatoros gets the forehand topspins in style, you know. And also now, of course, he's getting now the timeout, the break, Manolopoulos. But on my personal opinion, I think it's too late. He should have taken in the second set or earlier 2 to 3 points the timeout, due to the fact that George Stamatoros, you know, very difficult, and it won't be easy for Stathis Manolopoulos to win this match. He has to win the next he has to win this game and the next 2, so totally 3 games, which is very difficult. I mean, let's see now. Stamatoros with a crazy backhand cross court, killer crazy backhand top spin cross court. Okay, Manolopoulos insists on the same serves, you know. Here he tries to play games with Stamatoros, but Stamatoros was ready. He knew his game plan and he left the door open and he paid it. Manolopoulos 11-8 is losing to George Stamatoros. Manolopoulos is a very nice player, but I believe he needs a little bit time, still 2 to 3 years, to be able to mature as a player, to mature. He has some great moves, but when you play in games, you know, everything changes. On the other hand, George Stamatoros, I think he's in great condition and he's enjoying and loving table tennis, and you can see it in his face. And now we have the man, the myth, the legend, the best player in the world, in my opinion, right now. I would go as far as to put him in the same place as Wang Chikin. Truls Morgard, when he's focused, you know, and on the zone, on my opinion, cannot be beaten. Sometimes only himself beats himself because he wants to try some things, and sometimes you cannot always do it with all your opponents, but definitely he's top 5 in the world, and on my opinion, when he's on a good day, definitely can be number 1. He can beat anybody. And now he has against him Petio Krastev. What can we say about Petio? We love him. Very great person, and he gives it all for his team. I think he has been here for quite a lot for the kids, and he's helping the younger kids. Petio Krastev, he has been here in order to improve the level of AC Pera, and he is doing a fantastic job. We can see that forehand to forehand. Now we are doing a forehand to forehand with Truls. Look how Truls changes from the backhand to forehand. This is the second time they play between each other. The first time last year in October. I mean 2 years ago in October, Truls had played with Petio. Petio with a very fast, nice serve gets the first point. Again he's doing a serve now. The first serve was cross court, the second was parallel, Truls is doing the traditional pendulum, no serve, no spin serve. He's losing a serve as well, so Petio is 4-0 ahead. Truls is trying some things. Petio is very strong. Look at this point, he played all around the table, but of course Truls, as we have already said, basically in the first few points he's playing games and cooking his opponent. He wants to find out his game plan. So let's see now. 6-0. Petio Krastev is ahead of Truls Morgaard. Another point, 7-0. So it's a very big difference, but Truls is Truls. Look here how strong he plays in the cross-court forehand, and how strong are his attacks. That's why he manages to close the gap faster than all the other players. Let's see now. 7-2. Seven free. He pays back Krastev with the same way. Truls Morgaard, Truls knows how to play with Krastev, and that's why he reduces the score. He has understood the game plan of Krastev, and he plays different angles now, and he's pulling shots out of nowhere. Of course the same thing happens with Petio, but Truls is Truls. Let's see. Reverse pendulum creates problems to Truls. Truls has been extending his legs, his right hand leg. Maybe he's facing a little bit problem and pain, but he's a fighter, he continues to play, and now he's doing a very nice strong forehand topspin from the middle to the short cross-court side of Petio Krastev. (9-8). Petio Krastev fails to get the previous point. Let's see now. He's changing the direction of serve. He's doing a reverse pendulum. Truls was there, but Petio managed to play a killer forehand topspin. So it's 10-8. 2 points ahead for Petio. Let's see. Truls is doing no spin serve, pendulum serve, and he was there with a backhand block. Look how constructed is the block of Truls Morgard, the backhand block, and how he turns then to equalize Petio Krastev at 10-all. Petio Krastev, he's one of the most dangerous players ever in Greece, and it's great honor. And it's great honor for AC Pera, to have Petio Krastev, but, Truls managed to find Petio Krastev's plan. 11-all. Let's see. (12-11) 12-11 for Truls Morgard. Let's see his style. He's doing, look what he does. I mean, he's simply awesome. He did an excellent serve, pendulum, parallel pendulum, and then he played in the both cross court, from the cross court forehand to the backhand side of Petio Krastev. Petio basically didn't know, couldn't imagine this game that would go to Truls Morgard, and now it's time, it's very difficult time for Petio Krastev, because he could have won the first game of Truls, and this would create definitely a little bit of stress to Truls, but now Truls knows he has all the tools, so he will be even more difficult to beat now than before. His deadly forehand topspin attacks from Truls Morgard cannot be stopped, and now he is in the zone. Truls Morgard 3-0 ahead of Petio Krastev. A little bit unlucky here, Petio Krastev. He's attacking with his backhand very strong, Truls Morgard. And again with the backhand block. Petio has no chance, to return these balls. So Truls is 6-0 ahead. He pays Petio with the same style, the same way. 6-1, of course. This has been a very nice high toss of Petio. Here Truls is a little bit lucky, 7-1. Okay. He's changing the serves all the time, Petio Krastev. But you know, Truls is Truls. What he just did was magic. Backhand chop block. Cannot get any better than this. I mean, he's in another league. Here, Petio is doing his chop block, but he had no chance. And here, Truls Morgard dominated this game 11-1. He did a crazy backhand block so fast. This could give no time to Petio to answer back. So it's 2-0 ahead for Truls Morgard. Let's see now Petio what he will do. He has to reply. Of course it's not easy. Let's see. Reverse pendulum in the cross court, but it was a net. Again, let's see. Reverse pendulum, but he misses the serve. Let's see. Reverse pendulum in the middle, but with a flick, Truls answered perfect. And he's doing a very nice block. This backhand block, what we would say, has a little bit of chop block. He's doing a backhand block with chop block as well. Truls Morgard 3-1. Truls is ahead. Petio with a high toss serve. He's aiming the middle of Truls Morgard, but Truls is there and with perfect cross-court forehand. He gives no chance to Petio. I mean, he's in a roll. Truls 5-1 ahead. He's changing all the time, you know. Look what he does here. Look. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is unbelievable. This is table tennis from the other world. What can we mean? What can we see? What can we say? I've lost my words. Look what Truls is doing. That's why, my friends, the Chinese are closely watching for Truls. They know it. You know it. You see the man here in Greece doing crazy things. He's doing parallel. He tries to finish in style. He did a parallel serve and he tried to finish the match in style. Ten 3. Truls is ahead. Ten 5. He wants to finish in style. Let's see now. But this time, you know, he confuses Petio Krastev and he wins 3-0. 11-5 in the last game. This has been a great match for Truls. Because you have to remember that Petio Krastev, he's not an easy opponent, okay? But of course, Truls is Truls, and now we have Ioannis Gouropoulos getting ready with Ioannis Malamouvis. He's going to be facing Ioannis Malamouvis. Let's see what will be the outcome of this encounter. Olympiacos is 2-0 ahead of AC Pera. The players are warming up. Both in the Greek national team, of course, Ioannis Gouropoulos. He is the most decorated Greek athlete as far as medals have to do, after the god of table tennis, Kallinikos Kriaga, in the European and world scene. But in the Greek scene here, the most decorated of all time is Ioannis Vlodinos. Ioannis Vlodinos has won 14 times in the Greek A1 League. Malamudis is getting some nice attacks to get the point. But here Ioannis Gouropoulos is ready with this cross-court backhand to forehand topspin. 2-1, he's already ahead. Look the speed of Ioannis Gouropoulos shots and the placement. I mean, simply awesome stuff. Malamudis is doing a nice backhand topspin there. Reverse pendulum short in the forehand side confuses a little bit Ioannis Gouropoulos. 3-all. Very nice strong backhand top spin from Malamudis. He gives it all. Ioannis Gouropoulos double cross-court forehands gave him the point for all. Reverse pendulum from Malamudis, but Ioannis Gouropoulos changed the pace there. Again reverse pendulum from Malamudis. Ioannis Gouropoulos plays a pivot with his forehand. He's trying some things, as you can see. Ioannis Gouropoulos changes the placement of the serves, and again here with this perfect pivot, he's 7-5 ahead of Ioannis Malamudis. Ioannis Malamudis with a pendulum serve, but here, as you can see, Ioannis Gouropoulos, he's very strong. He knew where the ball would go. He knew the game plan of Ioannis Malamudis. Let's see now. With a nice backhand, again Malamudis giving it all. Nine-7, Ioannis Gouropoulos is ahead. He's losing Malamovis with pivot 10-7. Ioannis Gouropoulos is ahead. (11-7), and he gets the first game, the first set. Ioannis Gouropoulos ahead. The only player of Europe ever to win 4 titles. Ioannis Gouropoulos is the only player ever to win 4 titles. And we have to remember this, and we have to respect it. And this is a great achievement. And of course, we're really proud as a country for Ioannis Gouropoulos. Great achievement. Now let's see what Malamovis is going to be able to do. I believe Malamovis has to try to confuse Ioannis Gouropoulos. Otherwise, he has no chance, because Ioannis Gouropoulos is there and he knows where Malamovis is going to be playing. Look how ready Ioannis Gouropoulos is. This is the difference between, a lot of players and Ioannis Gouropoulos. Ioannis knows where to play, and he has a great knowledge. It's very difficult to beat Ioannis Gouropoulos in the Greek A1 league. Now he changes the serve. 3-2. He is ahead. Free all. He wanted to play parallel forehand to Malamovis' backhand, but he failed. Malamovis is trying to do some chop blocks, but he fails. Look how strong this forehand topspin from Ioannis Gouropoulos is. Very strong points from Ioannis Gouropoulos. (8-4) double score. Unbelievable backhand topspin in the short side of the table, we would say, from Ioannis Gouropoulos. And 6. 2-0. Ioannis Gouropoulos is ahead, and now yes, he's 2-0. 11-6 in the second game. Great player, Ioannis Gouropoulos. We love Ioannis Gouropoulos. Let's see now if Malamovis is able to find a solution. Personally, I believe it will be very difficult for Malamovis to reply. We will see. He insists on reverse pendulum serves. But Ioannis Gouropoulos returns everything back. Did you see what Ioannis Gouropoulos just did? Unbelievable. Unbelievable plays from Ioannis Gouropoulos. He did a perfect roller. I don't know why Maramovis insists on rushing and playing this reverse pendulum serve all the time. He has to know that Ioannis Gouropoulos is ready. He waits for him, so he has to confuse him. 7-0 ahead for Ioannis Gouropoulos. Ioannis Gouropoulos playing in training mode. Look what he does. 8-0. He's a machine gun, Ioannis Gouropoulos. Maramovis tries to do some things. He's doing a chop block there and confuses Ioannis Gouropoulos. 8-1. Look how controlled are the balls from Ioannis Gouropoulos. 9-1 ahead. He already has 2 games and now it's 10-1. Maramovis manages to win this point. But again, here Ioannis Gouropoulos, leaves no choice to Maramovis. 3-0. Congratulations to Ioannis Gouropoulos as well. So we have to see who will be next. Okay. I hope you enjoy this style of commentating. Unfortunately, I haven't got a lot of time, so it's very difficult for me, and this happens very late in the night, but we have to appreciate the fact that we can watch all these superstars or all these legends of the game. And congratulations to Olympiacos one more time for supporting the table tennis the sport of table tennis, by bringing athletes with uncanny skills. We are talking about the League of Legends. Let's see now who will be playing. Yeah, here we have George Stamatouros, great player, very talented, very humble person as well. So it will be interesting to see who will prevail in this battle. I believe if George Stamatouros steps in early and is taking full control of the rallies, he will dominate. I think this is the call, and the only problem is that he has to know that Petio Krastev is always playing smart, mixing pace and placement beautifully, so he has to be able to absorb the pressure and get into the mind of Petio Krastev. He has to make Petio Krastev to have doubt about his game plan. This is something that Truls did earlier, as you saw. Let's see. George Stoilos, they are doing a coin toss. Now we are doing backhand to backhand. Both of them are right-handed players, attackers. Shake hand grip for both of them. In the beginning with Truls Morgard, Petio Krastev had the lead, but Truls Morgard managed to win the first set, the first game. I mean, the first game was a little bit intense. But then after the win of Truls Morgard in the first game, Truls dominated all the match. Petio Krastev with a nice opening there, he gets his first point. But here he places close to the table and George Samatouros is ready. George Samatouros, the best wrist movement and the best banana flick in the business in Greece, in the table tennis Greek athletes among, and you see how fast are the backhands of George Samatouros. He has been training a lot of years with a legend of the sport, Anastasios Ziniotis. Anastasios Ziniotis, he has been the only player ever in Greece to get 10 points out of Malong some years ago. He also had the match ball against Malong, a Balkan champion, Anastasios Ziniotis, for 2 times in a row. Let's see now. Petio is doing reverse pendulum, but again you can see whatever Petio does near the table, he has to be aware that George Samatouros is going to do this banana flick and he will have no chance. But here, of course, Petio managed to break the plan of George Samatouros, 6-5. Samatouros is doing a reverse pendulum, but he fails to pass the forehand topspin. It's 6-all. Petio Krastev lost the return there. Again a reverse pendulum in the forehand, but we had net. And here he is losing the serve. Petio Krastev tries to do a banana flick, but he fails. George Samatouros did a reverse pendulum there. (9-7), he's ahead. Now Petio Krastev, he changed to pendulum serve, parallel pendulum serve. but here George Stamatouros was ready and he took the attack. He left no choice to Petio Krastev. It was very difficult to take the attack. George Stamatouros 10-8, he's ahead, let's see. And he aims the middle and he gets the point. 11-8, George Stamatouros wins the first game, the first set. 11-8. He's drinking water now, relaxes, and we have to see what Petio Krastev is going to do and how, if he will be able to react in the game plan of Stamatouros, who is losing the serve. I think today he has already lost 2 serves, George Stamatouros. Here he played from cross court to pivot, parallel pivot, forehand top spin. He won the point. Again, let's say he's doing a cross court, he's doing a pendulum in the middle basically, similar serve with no spin. Petio didn't understand the spin there, so again he wins 4-2. He insists on reverse pendulum, doing these reverse pendulum serves, Petio Krastev, but he's there all the time. George Stamatouros now failed to reply with a forehand top spin, but here he gets a very nice backhand top spin reply. Six all. Petio Krastev managed to gain the point. He fails here. It had so much spin from George Stamatouros. 6-7. A high toss serve, let's see. A nice serve from Stamatouros. Again, Petio Krastev fails to land the forehand top spin against Stamatouros. Stamatouros, every time Petio Krastev is giving him a ball close in the middle and close to the net, he replies with an excellent banana flick. This is what I said to you in the beginning. Petio is 2 points behind. He fails here to the forehand flick. So George Stamatouros is 2-0 ahead of Petio Krastev in the games. If George Stamatoros wins the next game, it will be over for AC Pera. Let's see. You can never count down Petio Krastev. Let's see if he's able to give a breath to his team. A misunderstanding there with the points, but Stamatoros is ready with a very fast backhand top spin. He's doing a nice strike with a nice chop block, Stamatoros, but he failed to land it well. Here he gets the point, 3-2 ahead of Petio Krastev. Petio is doing from the middle now serve, and he gets the point. This is what Petio does, changing all the time the pace and the placement of his serves to basically confuse his opponent. High toss serve from Stamatoros, but Petio did something crazy there. A high toss serve from Petio, but the feeling of Stamatoros destroyed the ball of Petio Krastev. 5-all. (6-5). George Stamatoros with a nice reverse pendulum. Petio Krastev seems to be able to have no answers. Here George Stamatoros is losing this forehand cross-court top spin. Nice serve, but failed to land the forehand top spin. Petio Krastev 8-6. (8-7). Petio is 1 point behind. High toss serve from George Stamatoros. Parallel high toss backhand serve. Reverse pendulum serve from Petio Krastev. There Stamatoros rushes a little bit and he's losing the landing. 9-8. 10-8. Petio fails to answer well, and we have 11-8. Congratulations to both of the players. Congratulations to Olympiacos. Worthy winner. You can see Petio. You can see the players now. George Stamatoros. Thank you for watching this video, and we will be next to the teams supporting the Greek table tennis scene. Congratulations to Olympiacos. Here you can see Mr. Christoforakis, and it has been a very fast, straightforward win from Olympiacos. A little bit in the beginning with Petio, Krastev and Truls Morgard. We had a little bit there in the first set, Petio, to get into the momentum, but Truls Morgard then left no chance, to Petio, and the players are getting ready for the photo, the historic photo in the Peace and Friendship Stadium, George Stamatouros signs the papers, the necessary papers, and we have the best team ever in Greece right now, the League of Legends, and this is the team of legends, Ioannis Gouropoulos, Truls Morgard, George Stamatouros, Anastasios Ziniotis, he wasn't there, Dimitris Sotiropoulos, and George Christophorakis. Thank you very much for watching.